everyone, welcome to DuoQueue. I'm Sally,
And I'm Marilla.
and this week we're going to talk about the casters and the desk talent and our opinions.
Ooh, opinions?
Opinions.
Sounds spicy.
Yeah. First of all, my opinion is that 75% of the time I just mute it when they're talking.
You're just going right forward. We haven't even introed the show, like the different segments or anything.
Well, my point is that I went back and listened to some things I didn't listen to the first time when I watched the matches. I went back and listened to some so that I would be educated.
Damn.
So, but let's just get into it. So, for ranked this week, we're just gonna go for it, and I have a list, so I'll just go down my list, and you can chime in.
Yeah. So we're just gonna, because I feel like the casters are and the personalities are an important part of the Overwatch League that maybe doesn't really get talked about as much, but they really
I think
add to like the atmosphere and stuff of the games.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a big part of the culture. I think it's definitely a big part of what makes it fun to watch and what makes it interesting. And I think they make the audience a part of their work as well, which I think is really neat. Like, especially in the arena, they put the desk where you can see people's signs, and they'll do a little crowd hype thing. And
yeah.
I think that's neat. So anyway, my list started with the desk because that seemed the easiest. And the first person on my list was Puckett.
Yeah.
Who kind of like runs, I don't know, he's like the moderator, I guess I would call him.
I guess he's kind of the host, pretty much.
Yeah, a host or a moderator. But I didn't, other than that, I don't have anything intellectual to say about any of these people, so hope maybe you have some intellectual things to say. I do not. I do like Puckett. I think he's great in small doses.
Damn, you're gonna roast him first, right off the bat? You're gonna come roasting somebody?
He's excitable, like a little chihuahua.
He is, yeah.
He's very extra, which I can get behind.
I was gonna say, which you should appreciate.
I do appreciate it. It's I don't know. I like the way that he uses his role to kind of I don't think he oversteps his bounds, I guess. I think it would be really easy for him sitting on the desk to try to force his opinion in there, and he doesn't really.
Right, and he usually plays to the other end when everyone else is maybe going against who the crowd likes. He'll side with the crowd, I feel like, and be yeah, we're rooting for this team, whereas a lot of the other people are no, they're gonna win. But I feel like Puckett always tries to sides with the crowd and hypes up maybe the teams that the normal analysts don't, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can appreciate Puckett's kind of role as hype man / move the conversation longer.
Yeah.
I don't think he lets them spend too much time on the bit, capital T, capital B, which I guess leads into Golden Boy, who I had next. But he also is another one that knows when to bond from the bit. He'll entertain it for a little while and be a part of it, but he'll keep it moving forward.
Golden Boy plays the same role as him. Golden Boy, he's just everyone loves him. He before Overwatch League, he was a big part of the community, so just everybody loves him. So it's always nice when he is there and gets to step in and do his thing.
He is exactly what he says on the tin. He is the Golden Boy. Everybody likes him. He's everybody's favorite. But I think he also will put in some I think he puts in a little bit more of his analysis side, which I'm inclined to trust him because he's been around a long time and it seems like he knows what he's talking about, so I can kind of appreciate it. But he's also very funny and very excitable and very I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
Because he's doing lots of bigger things, which is fun.
Yeah, I like him. He's good.
And I had Bren and Sideshow, who are a unit. They cannot be considered separately.
Yeah, they could have been in our last episode of The Friends, because do not separate them.
They are nightmares.
I love them.
They lived with XQC and it shows.
Yeah. They just like pick up anyone, or maybe anyone picks them up. I don't know what it is because Reinforce lives with them. XQC did live with them.
They take in all the Overwatch League strays.
Yeah, I guess so. During the World Cup, I don't remember which like group stage it was, but they were casters and they were really good casters. Oh, it was the Sweden one, whichever, because they casted one of Reinforce's games. But like they were,
I remember that.
Yeah, they were like really good. Like I didn't, not that I'd expected them to be bad, but I guess we'd never seen them in that role before. And like I really enjoyed them as casters because they were like funny, and then they also knew what they were talking about, so it was like a good mix.
And yeah, they seem like very sweet guys, and also really knowledgeable. I remember they were both very sweet to Johnny Reinforce on his stream after he didn't get picked up again for season 2. So that's at least worth something.
Yeah, like I don't know, I like them a lot. I think they're funny. Like I said, they did very good at casting.
They're the two I was talking about when I was saying that Puckett and Golden Boy can get the team to move on from the pit. I think if you let them go, they'll just keep going forever.
That's true.
But I do appreciate that Brand is also wrong like 100% of the time when he overdoes it. Like, he does the shirt thing and he opens it up like Superman to have the losing team on his chest.
Brand is also known for picking a team and then switching his pick during the halftime show, and then like saying that he didn't switch even though he did switch.
It's on video. Can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Of course, Johnny Reinforce. On that rhymed.
We love you, Johnny.
I miss him.
Yeah, I hope that he comes back in some capacity.
Yeah, I think he was genuinely insightful. I think it's helpful for them to have someone who was like on the inside.
Yeah, because he. Like, no offense to the rest of them, but, like, most of them are not, or not even most of them, none of the others are pro players, or even, like, close to that level, and he was generally, like, he played on Team Sweden, he is a top 500 player, so it's just kind of nice to have, like, that aspect of it, instead of, like, people who just, like, not that, not to discredit them, because they know their stuff, but it's just nice to have someone that, like,
is kind of on the inner workings of it and has been there.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like a lot of the players probably like him just because they've played with him. Yeah,
One of us. Yeah, I think he has a good rapport like with both the players and the rest of the desk, and he's kind of a good like liaison between the two parties. And then I saved the best two for last, and that would be Malik and Zoe.
Yes.
Who are both perfect and beautiful and fashionable and perfect. Zoe especially is lovely and the picture of grace.
Love Zoe so much.
I think they both do a great job of being like really personable and being really like, I guess like well spoken, I would say. I think they both handle themselves very well.
When I was gonna say, like, I remember when Silk Thread did it, like, he announced that he was going, like, he was retiring. Zoe tweeted, Silk saying, like, oh, it's sad to see you go and stuff, and Silk Thread replied to her and was thanking her and talking about how, like, he was really nervous the first time he had to ever do an interview, but she made it so easy for him and she helped him, and I just thought that was really sweet because it just shows that, like, she does, like, help make the players comfortable because a lot of them, are not well-spoken and or get like nervous, and so she obviously helps them like do that, which is nice.
Super did an interview after a match with her once and his ears went all red and he got all blushy.
Oh, and see, that's what I was going to mention, because you probably don't know this unless you've been there, but like when she gets ready to do the interview with them, like they'll be standing down there and she tells them the questions before she asks them, which kind of gives them time to think about what they're going to say instead of just like putting them right on the spot.
Yeah. And Malik is relatable but doesn't overdo it. Yeah. I think it would be really easy in a spot like his to like get a little bit too hype man about it. But I think he handles himself very well. And also I think he does a great job like on Twitter and stuff, like reaching out to fans and kind of being a part of everything, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I love Malik. He's very good.
I love you, Malik.
Love you, Malik.
Alright, should we move on to the casters?
Hold
or
on.
do you have more to say?
I just wanted to bring one up that is kind of related, but kind of not. And that is Danny, who's like their translator.
Yes!
Forgot
about him.
Yeah, I just thought of him now, but so there's a guy who's Danny. He is the translator for the Korean players. So like when Zoe or Malik or anyone interviews him, he is also there to interview there, and I appreciate him so much.
Yeah, he also seems like a really chill dude and like someone they're really comfortable around. And I think he does a good job as well of like translating the like emotion or intent behind what's being said. Like I remember when like Zoe asked if like Fissure had anything to say to London once, and he said Fissure said, "I only have one thing to say. Are you guys regretting it?" And I think like that would have been really like easy to just like let that just sit there. But I think Danny really like played it up to the crowd a little bit, like knew kind of what it was about, which I can appreciate. I think he is in tune with what the audience wants to hear and what the players want to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say Danny is dramatic, but like in a good in a good way.
Okay, moving on to the casters. Let's start with Similar and Hex.
Oh, Similar and Hex.
They get a lot of things wrong, but they do tend to like at least try to make their shit like entertaining, and they try to be funny even if it doesn't land all the time.
This is what I have to say about Similar and Hex. So I would say Similar and Hex originally were my least favorite duo, just because I feel like
I do appreciate that you've set yourself up to now have a least favorite duo, so you have to shit on somebody.
No, I'm not going to, but no, okay. This is what I was gonna say. So, like, I didn't like them because I feel like they didn't know all that stuff, but I think since the start of the season, they have gotten better, which, like, I think they've greatly improved.
I was gonna say that too. I think they've definitely improved over the season. I think they're very earnest and, like, willing to accept like constructive criticism and willing to work on it, which I think is really great, and I think is really helpful for like people who are up and coming and trying to do that thing, trying to do casting and that kind of thing, where they show that there's a little bit of room for error.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've come around to them.
You've come around.
Yeah, I mean, I will admit I did not like them, but I think they've gotten better. And I can appreciate that they, like, have learned their stuff and do try to, like, be entertaining for the crowd as well and all that,
I would like to see them try to get more, like, in-depth analysis going on. At least a little bit. I would like to see that happen a little bit more, because that's what I like about the other duos so much, is that they, like, kind of try to get inside of, like, what is actually happening in the game at the time, and I think, like, that's somewhere that they can go even further than what they have, and I think that's something they're working on and improving, but I want to see it go further.
Yeah.
Because I'm dumb and I need everything explained to me.
You need it on a platter.
Talk to me like I'm 5. Let's move on to Monty and Doa.
Okay.
Where do we begin,
Yeah.
I like Doa. I think Doa's funny. I think he's charming. Like, I think he knows what he's talking about. I think Monty is smarmy, and I think that's why I don't like him.
Yeah.
And I think, like, I don't know. It's not cool to have everybody hate you, despite, like, how, like, #edgy it makes you look. Like, I don't know. I don't like that complex, and I think, like, his personality gets in the way of the good work that he does.
I think a lot of it is, I could be wrong, but I feel like it's a lot of what he just plays up for that aspect. Like, I don't think he always is.
No,
you know what I mean?
And
like,
I'm sure he's a nice guy. Like, I'm sure he's perfectly fine. But like, he has this kind of like persona that just sucks, and everybody hates it. And now he's kind of like turn it into like a haters make me famous kind of thing.
And here's the thing: I don't think he is. Like, yes and no, he's hated because a lot of people do like Monty and Doa are their favorite because like they've been around, like same as Golden Boy, they have been around forever. Like, they've been the ones that have been like casters and around. So I feel like he does have that huge fan base. But then he also, like he said, it has other people that have just been like put off by like just how like that persona he puts on.
Yeah, but I think they do like, they know what they're talking about, and they talk about the right things when they're actually casting, and I can appreciate that. Like, as a self-proclaimed dum-dum, they at least explain it to me in a way that I can understand.
Yeah, they for sure, like, know what they're talking about and stuff, so, that's always a plus.
Let's move on to the reason why we wanted to do.
Oh my god! Thank God we're finally here.
Thank God we're here. We're in the promised land with Uber and Mr. X.
Oh my god, I love them.
Cream of the crop. Cream of the crop.
Listen, Overwatch League, hear me out. Anytime you have a fucking final game, let Uber and Mr. X be the casters, please. That's all I ask.
Please.
Just
please,
do
God.
It. Like,
yeah. Beautiful, smart, and funny. Like, how can you ask for more than that? How can you ask for more?
They are hands down both of our favorite casters, and it's just like,
I think that's a really popular
opinion. Definitely. Well, like, Uber is so good at, like, being entertaining and hyping up, like, I know someone who was talking about how, like, the play that was going on was just, like, the most simple thing ever, but the way he was talking about it made it sound hype as fuck. So, like, Uber can, like, hype up anything. It doesn't matter what it is. And then... I just
saw Uber cast in person. I went to the Boston Uprising Collegiate Cup, which was here in Boston. And it was, like, in a teeny bar, like, with maybe 50 people. Not even. Probably, like, 40, 50 people. And it was, like, collegiate teams who were playing really well, but, like, not necessarily, like, doing anything super exciting. It wasn't any, like, agility 6K blade or anything.
Yeah.
But he's so funny to watch, like, even just, like, if you could look at him, because he's doing lots of hand gestures, and he's leaning on the table, and he's really into it, and he's, like, looking at the screen really close, and he's, like, he's hyping up this thing that, like, for me personally, I wasn't really, like, attached to any of the teams. Like,
yeah,
I guess maybe I should have been because my college was playing. But like, for someone who was walking in, like, with the intent to just go and watch some esports without any, like, personal connection to what was going on, he made me get invested in it because he was so into it, and he's like, this is exciting. You should be excited along with me. And that's what I like the most about him, is that he's hype in a way that brings me into it with him. He's like, this is so cool. Don't you see how cool this is? Like, I like that high energy, that, like, bring it in kind of thing.
He knows how to, like, tell a story. Like, he knows how to, like, set it up to be, like, a story for you to, like you say, be invested in and, like, care about these, like, players and plays that maybe you, like you said, originally did not intend to care about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he just knows how to, like, do that, and he's very funny. And, like, he's so witty. Like, some of the shit he comes up with is so funny.
London may spit fire, but your boy Shuffle spits bullets.
And then on the flip side, you have... Okay, you're just gonna laugh, so I can't.
Sorry.
Are you done?
That's the one that sticks out to me the most.
And then, like, on the other end, you have Mr. X, who I love so much. He brings in that knowledge. Not that Uber doesn't have it, but, like, I feel like Mr. X is the one who will slow down and, like, explain to you what is happening. And, like, you've said it before, but he explains it to, like, he talks on a level that anyone can understand, whereas some of the other casters, I feel like they talk about it as if you should already know kind of way. Like, Mr. X will break it down better.
Mr. X talks to me like I'm 5, like I asked for. He explains things very well that doesn't make a dum-dum like me feel stupid, but I do learn from him. Like you said, he has this really eloquent way of breaking down everything that's happening, but not in a way that, like, he doesn't use a lot of, like, the jargon, I think. Like, I think that's probably what I like the most about him, is that he stays away from, like, terms that don't make any sense, like, to someone who doesn't know esports really well.
Mm-hmm.
And when he does, he explains it. He will bring in the level of knowledge that you need to have as a professional, like somebody who knows what they're talking about, but he, like, boils it down to the essentials. Here's the information that you absolutely need to know to understand what's happening. The two of them are part of the reason that I can that I keep really wanting to watch and wanting to learn, because they do such a good job of Uber making me excited to be here and making me excited about what's happening, and then and then Mr. X being like, okay, now here's the thing that you're excited about, but in a way that you can understand it. I think that's what's really cool, because they're all playing the same game that we're playing, but they're doing it so much better really that it almost feels like it's just completely beyond comprehension. All the cooldown times are the same, but how in the world are they just is that Genji just dashing back and forth? Well, Mr. X told me. He told me how it happens.
He told you.
He told me how it. I genuinely didn't know that when you played Genji, when you killed somebody, you got your dash back. Yeah. I didn't know that because I'm stupid and I've never played Genji before, and I refuse. But
Mr. X held your hand and told you how Genji
He did. He held my hand and he said, when you kill someone as Genji, you get your dash thing back and you can kill them again. And I'm like, oh, that makes perfect sense. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it.
It's nice that you and Mr. X are on a first name basis.
We're tight. It's fine. Okay. But I definitely think that Uber and Mr. X have the best balance between color and analysis. Yeah, I think they definitely have the best they're the best tie-in for both of those things, which I think are really important.
Yeah, they know how to handle it very, very well, and get the entertaining parts out, but also the information that you need if you maybe don't have that grasp on the game as everyone else or whatever. They make it where anyone can enjoy it. It doesn't matter what level of knowledge you have. The way that they cast, they make it enjoyable for everyone.
Also, Mr. X is a very cute dog.
We love you, Hugo.
Got in a picture of Hugo.
Hi, Hugo. You're cute.
And also, Uber can pull off saying stuff like Big D energy, and I don't question it.
You're just yeah. Why wouldn't
he's just unspeakably cool.
He is cool.
His vibe is what I want to achieve. It's what I aspire to. I want to talk about some honorable mentions. I guess Overwatch World Cup and Contenders casters. They're not honorable.
No, they're casters. We're talking about casters. You don't have to call them honorable mentions. They're casters.
So, but I feel bad because we're not talking about all of them.
We don't have to talk about all of them. This is our podcast. Fuck the other ones.
Alright, everyone but the people we talk about in a specific
get
podcast.
Fucked.
Fuck you.
Maybe some of the people we talk about get fucked,
Yeah, as well. Yeah, fuck off. But firstly, I want to talk about Jake Overwatch, who's my favorite. And I think the thing that I like the most about Jake is that he has this reputation for talking really fast and talking to what? Sorry.
Slow down.
I got excited. See, now I got Jake
I know. Syndrome. I'm trying to tell you to slow down. So first off, Jake, obviously he's a DPS player for the Houston Outlaws, but during the World Cup, he was a caster on certain stages, and he still plays professionally, but he just kind of instead of trying to compete in the World Cup, he wanted to cast. It's fun, so that's what he did. Now you can go on your Jake spill.
I like the thing that I like about Jake is that he has this reputation for talking too much and talking too fast and getting over everybody's heads intellectually, he takes it too seriously. But he kind of took those things and made them work for him. He does talk really fast, but he has lots of good shit to say. He's really smart, and he's kind of he's very theoretical. This is how this thing that they're doing should work in theory, but here's why it did or didn't in actuality. He talks about the way that things are supposed to happen and then the way that they actually did happen and what that means. And I think that's really, really interesting. And I think that speaks a lot to the way that Jake thinks about the game, and it gives you kind of insight into the way that he plays, which I think is really, really cool. And I think was really neat to hear, as he was doing his casting, he was talking about the way that the game is played and the way that it should work even when it doesn't. And I think that's really, really cool. And I think he made that kind of quirky aspect to his personality kind of work in his favor. And I think he improved with every single game, which I think is also really neat.
say like casting is basically like was made for him. Like when he's not playing, it's just like the perfect fit for him to do because he does love talking about it and he's so passionate about the game. Like he obviously loves it and like you said, he's very smart. So it kind of makes sense for him to cast so that he can like get that knowledge out there that he has.
Yeah, he likes to talk comps and timing, which are absolutely foreign to me, but he does a thorough job explaining, and so I don't feel lost when he's talking. I think he does a really good job. You don't have all the facts, which are I love him.
We know you do. Everyone knows you love Jake Overwatch.
Related to that, I think Tempo ZP, or I guess ZP is how they kind of shorten it. I think he deserves some credit.
CP takes care of all our baby boys and helps them spread their caster wings. So I appreciate him.
I think he handles the newbies very well. Like, I think that would be a really hard to fill.
So CP casts alongside Jake, and now he casts alongside Avast in contenders. So, like, he just kind of, like, helps out the people who are new at casting, I would say. And he does it very well.
Yeah, I think the thing that I like the most about him is that he asks them insightful questions with, like, in a way that they can answer them specifically. Like, he doesn't say, what do you think about this comp? He will ask them about a specific point of contention in that comp. Like, what do you think about running a Moira here instead of a Lucio, and what effects does that have on what they're going to do? Like, I think that it's really difficult to ask really in-depth questions like that if you don't think about it ahead of time, and if you don't kind of have an idea of what your partner is going to say or the way that they're going to answer them. And I think he fields those really, really well, and I think he gives these, especially Jake and Avast, like these people who have really in-depth knowledge and a lot to say, I think he gives them the room and the space to say it, which I think is really, really cool. And also I think he seems just like a genuinely great dude.
Yeah,
seems like a nice guy to hang around with.
I would say, and then like along that same line is, like we said, Avast, who he played for the Boston Uprising, but this contender season he started casting alongside CP. And
yeah,
I've watched a couple of his contender games, and I just think he does a really good job, like, because he does, like, both him, Jake, and Reinforce, they all have that, like, pro insight, which is a thing that a lot of the other casters don't, and I just thought Avast was very funny and also knowledgeable, and I'm sure you probably know more because you just saw him recently with Uber.
Whip smart and hilarious to boot. He's like a little mini Uber, I would say. Lots of excitable hand gestures. They were like karate chopping at each other. It was kind of funny to watch. Yeah, he was also at the Collegiate Cup that I went to here. And first of all, it was really cute to watch him interview his old teammates, and like that was really sweet. But the one thing that I did appreciate about Avast was that he wasn't afraid to be a little savage, like when the losing team deserved it. Like one team was like just absolutely getting rolled. Like they were getting steamrolled. It wasn't even competitive. Like it was really sad. And Avast was kind of like, all right, so here's what this team should be doing. They're not doing it, and they're not gonna do it, so they're gonna lose. But here's what they should be doing. Like, pretty much was just, like, being like, okay, if you wanted to win this game, here's how you could do it. Which I thought was really kind of funny, but also was really insightful. Like, here's the kind of mistakes that are being made right now, and here's how you could correct that with enough time and practice and good coaching. Like, here's the ways that you could do it. And it's that kind of same, like, insider knowledge that, like, being able to see mistakes, I think, is the biggest part of improving as a player in Overwatch, at least is what I've heard from players on stream and that kind of thing. Is being able to recognize your mistakes and your team's mistakes and not make them again. And he was just very much like, here is a way that you could fix this. It wasn't just like, I guess it wasn't just like shitting on him. It was like, here's a thing that happened. Here's how you can not do that again. But I think they're going to make it again. So you can see it. Is kind of what it was. Like, I don't think he was mean. I just think it was like, this is what's happening, and this is why they're losing. and if they didn't do this, they probably wouldn't lose.
Right.
Like, it was just kind of like that. But I also think that he, kind of like Jake, has this like energy to him and this passion for the game that makes me excited to listen to him.
Yeah.
Which I think is really
just
cool.
Enjoy it.
I have one more, which I think might be a surprise to you.
Go ahead.
My last one on my list is Agilities, Mickey, Bishu, and Custa from the All-Star Weekend.
I was gonna bring them up if you didn't, so
because they were perfect. And Bishu threw some like sizzling shade at Monty that one time. Saw him all over it. Let them cast again, you cowards.
It was very cute when they did it. So during the All-Stars game, Bishu and Custa were casters alongside. They did it with Similar, and I think someone else. Who was the other one?
Yeah, it was Similar.
No, but then Similar played. So who did it? Doa, yeah. And then Mickey and Agilities were like on the table. And it was just fun to like see them, like, because they enjoyed, like, I don't want to say trash talking, but trash talking the casters and like tables who like who like have said things about them the entire season. So I feel like they had like fun being on the other end of it for once.
Yeah, it was fun to watch them kind of play in that space.
Yeah,
Mickey especially.
Oh, Mickey, he's so good at it.
Mickey was great. Custa was like, Monty and I are on the same team, but I'm kind of excited to see Mongoose. Which I can appreciate. Sometimes it be like that.
I do.
So for this week's arcade segment, we're going to try something a little bit different.
This is a bad idea.
So bear with us, please.
But since
if you think it's shitty, please do not tell us in the comments.
No one's going to comment. It's fine.
We're going to try our own hand at casting since I specifically talked so much shit earlier.
So really, this is your fault.
Yeah, so this is, I'm a masochist. So so we're going to try again at casting a match that we played. It's quick play, so it's going to be short, mercifully.
God.
Shout out to our friend Steven for helping us with this. Hi, Steven.
Hi, Steven.
And for context, Rayla is Agilities. Steven is Atlas, and I am Attitudes. So you know kind of who's who.
And we have only the most high-level gameplay coming to you pretty shortly.
It's incorrect. It's incorrect. So yeah, but we're going to give it a shot.
We're starting out on Busan.
So we're in Busan. Got some lovely karaoke action.
Yeah, I mean, this is the pregame ritual. You gotta befriend all your teammates so that they will, be good.
That's nice. You're doing the hustle with them?
Yeah,
that's
Steven
has
no part in it. Steven is at the door.
Steven, ready, focus, ready for the game.
Right, Sally's getting her hellos out.
I've got my cool mat going. Got my cool mat outfit on. We're ready to go.
All right, so it looks like we're
pretty high
energy.
I was gonna say we already got some high energy happening.
I'm back here.
We're ready to take the point. Because that's the only rule of this game.
That's what you say.
It is.
Look, you have lost your neck, so that's good.
Baby Diva main, by the way. Oh no, stop that Mercy. Oh, Steven. Choked. Nah, you got her.
As you see, he still has very high energy, so that's good for us.
And no one has yet taken the point. I got my mech back.
That's good. Somebody said thank you. That's very important in this game.
Very important. Crucial.
Please be
It
courteous.
is a team game after all. And look at that. We've got the point capped already.
Yeah.
This should be a big clap.
Yeah.
Steven over here doing some poke damage.
And Sally's back here. Hi, Sally.
I'm here. This is where I live on the point. The patented Attitudes objective time card.
They're being a little aggressive up here. Sometimes you gotta take matters into your own hands. It's fine.
A little bit of a Neptuno cameo here.
I didn't kill anyone, so... You trying to kill me for some reason.
Well, sometimes it'd be like that.
Oh, he got his grab off.
Ooh,
Mercy. Did not stand it.
In the glove.
That was one person, but they are dead, so that's good.
That's what you want in your grab. You want dead people
That's
afterwards.
true. Oh, I am dead. That's not good. We don't want that.
Yeah, we don't like that particularly. Do you want to talk about this particular team comp? You want to talk about this strat we got going?
The very good strat of Zarya Diva as our main tanks? Like, that's our only tanks? That's pretty good.
You want to talk about Junkrat being the pick here?
Yeah, I mean, we have Junkrat in... Oh, no, do we... Hello?
I was going to say, we definitely have a monkey.
We do have a monkey. We didn't, I don't think.
No, a little bit of a counter strat here. We got a Bastion coming up from the other team.
Huge. This is a new comp that's coming into play where people just go Bastion to counter when you're losing. It's good. Good play.
Yeah. We call it Blastion.
Yeah, Bastion.
That's what we call it.
That's what everyone calls it.
Yeah, it's just like a lingo thing. We didn't talk about it in our lingo episode, which you can check out on our YouTube channel at No Control Gaming.
That's where this is too, so...
Yeah, I know. Well, okay. Maybe we need a reminder.
Okay. Just flying around, having a good day.
Yep. Yep, we're just having a good time. Look at this. They haven't even touched the point yet. We must be doing really good.
Yeah, they didn't get any percentage on the point, so you know that's what we like to see.
That kind of looks like a hot C9 from the Bastion, because he was not in the graph.
Was he not? Are you sure?
He was not.
Okay.
No.
Right.
I'm sure.
I believe you.
All right. Well, here we go.
Yeah,
Let's get it.
We are still running the same comp because you know it worked the first time, so why not? Actually,
yeah,
correction. We have a Roadhog now. It looks like.
Oh, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But you know, whatever.
Yeah. Look at this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go run away.
Gonna go get the point. The only rule of the game.
Actually, I died, but you know, we don't die. Steven is 100 energy, so that's good.
Yeah. Big. It's big. There's a Brigitte coming in here to feed real quick.
We're gonna get this Mercy from behind.
Either. I don't think I got her.
I don't think you did either, but you know.
I don't think I did. No, there goes my mech.
And there you are shooting at that.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Alright, so I think we're probably gonna get a point here for the yellow team.
Yeah, we should probably regroup instead of, you know, these DPS poking for no reason, but...
You know, gotta get the ult up somehow.
Well, or you'll just
oh no, I went a little too far.
I think that was I don't think you meant to do that, though. It looked like you did not.
No, I don't believe I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a rookie mistake, though. Sometimes you gotta stop the thing, the jets, before they actually stop on their own. Oh no.
I do appreciate you always shooting at the Bastion, even when you're
I just refuse to not shoot at him. He's the only one standing still.
Got another grab coming out here, that's good.
Another grab? Huge. Oh no!
Oh, we got... a little trash talk going on here.
That's a little bit toxic, I'll admit.
That's
a little toxic. Also, shout out to the typo.
Yeah, shout out to that typo. I do like that your trash talk is like, you're not, like, you won't do it to them.
Well, no, it's a team game and I need them to help me.
Yeah. Also, you've been constantly shooting at Bastion in your defense.
I need him to die, and he's the only person that's, like I said, he's the only one that's standing still. He's the only one I can shoot at consistently.
Well, we got the breakdown, so that's a good starting point.
Yeah, that is good. Someone is shooting me quite a lot over there.
You know.
Not clear on who that
Probably
is.
the Bastion, I would assume.
Yeah. Oh, here goes Steven, popping off. Ooh, this is good. Here we go.
Is it?
Is this the thing?
Oh,
yeah,
there you go. Yeah, 2 kills.
Huge.
That's
what we in the business call a poco bomb.
Yeah, poco bomb.
I did fall off the edge. Well, I didn't fall off. The monkey knocked me off the edge, but still got the job done, and we got the point. That was strategy. I did it on purpose.
Steven is glowing from his high energy, so that's always good.
Very shiny. Here's this Ryan, and I just cannot complete this kill.
Well, it's okay. It's a team game, and you had a teammate there to help you out, so...
Steven, doing great. He's doing great. Ooh, we're not gonna get that res off. We're just
no. I was not gonna.
It was a little too spicy for us.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna attempt that because what was he doing out there in the first place?
We don't know. Ooh, 9 people hit the grab.
Yeah.
Quite an aggressive grab.
Well,
Almost directly outside their spawn door.
Well, it keeps them back. That way they can't get to the point, and we can build that percentage up higher, you know?
Yeah.
Let's
get it.
Oh, no.
Ooh, Bastion coming in clutch, but oh no, you're gonna get him!
It's fine.
Oh,
it's fine.
Barely
You're dead, though.
Their life there.
You're dead. That was what we would call a bad res, and I probably shouldn't have done it, but, you know, it's fine in the end.
Yeah, look, here, we're gonna get it.
Yeah,
look at this.
It's gonna work out, but it was, you know, a little risky. Probably shouldn't have done it.
Well, sometimes you gotta take risks.
Yeah.
Make mistakes, get messy, you know?
That's how it looks like we're going to get the Bastion.
There we go, we got the Bastion, there's a monkey on you, and I don't pay any attention to that sort of
Nobody
thing.
cared about that monkey.
At all.
It's fine.
Nobody gave even one little shit about that.
He's just there
But
doing
yeah,
his thing.
look at this. Look at this. Oh, some early GGs from Jackwagon.
Jackwagon. A little bit of behind.
Even with a little bit of high ground action.
Yeah.
Hey!
That's a pretty clean victory.
Pretty clean victory.
Kinda
GG.
The second
Go next,
point was
boys.
a little spicy. They almost got it, but, you know, in the end, we're pretty victorious.
A little rocky on that second point, but not too shabby. Not too shabby, I'd say.
Yeah, I think we did pretty well.
Alright. So, that was it.
That was awful.
Well, what do you mean?
I don't know. It was awful.
No, I think we did great.
I'm pretty
Leave
sure.
in the comments if you think we did great.
I'm pretty sure we were not helpful as casters. We did
What do you
not
mean?
give any insight.
I gave insight.
Did you?
Some.
Okay.
I talked about why I shot the Bastion.
That's good.
Because he's not moving. Maybe we'll do more stuff like this in the future. We'll see. Maybe not. But I thought that was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, maybe you send us your videos and we'll cast over it for you. You know, if you're looking for new casters, Overwatch League, we're available.
Oh yeah, Jeff, we're here.
We're here, Jeff.
And that's all we had for this week. Next week, tune in because we're going to talk about our favorite in-jokes and memes. And I'm very excited about the next episode.
Is very excited about this.
I'm very excited about it. Come back next Friday. We'll have a new episode for you. Hot off the meme press.
As always, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed it.
And also, as always, GG go next.
GG go next.